Welcome to Funny Nerd channel, and in this video I'll be sharing with you some of the very useful tips to ace your speaking test. I believe that speaking test is one of the most dreaded tests of all time. No, don't say that! Because there's a live person, sitting in front of you, judging you, evaluating you, staring at you. So it might be a little overwhelming for some. So I'm going to give you some tips so that you could ace it and get your worries away with. Tip number 1. Try to mentally remember certain facts about a few major topics. The major topics that I'm talking about are a person, a place, a country, a type of food, and a hobby. These are just examples. So what I would like you to do is, for each of these topics, try to set a person or a thing and remember a few facts about them.
Oh my God, I'm having palpitations!
Okay, as an example, for the topic country, I chose India, and I remembered a few facts about it, like how far was it from my home country, what is the climate like, how do people get around there, what is the major language spoken there, and what is the major religion, and what are the countries that shares its borders with India. So I remembered all these facts. I didn't memorize them, but I just mentally recollected these facts, because memorizing might put you in trouble.
I think I'm an idiot. Please, it's family. They know you're an idiot.
So, if the question that was asked to me was about your favorite place, the place that you want to go one day, or the last place that you visited, or the last vacation you had, if all these questions were asked, I would have just, plucked from the main topic, which was country, and then I would have talked about India, and I would have related the facts first. So, for the first few seconds, about 20 to 30 seconds, I would have covered most of the things because I already know certain facts about it. So, that is the same thing that you should do. For example, when it comes to the main topic of a person, you could choose your father and remember a few facts about your fathers. So if the question would be something like, name your favorite person, who is your best friend, who are you closest with the family, and who is the person that you look up to, you could immediately relate it to your father and you could talk about him for a few seconds. So, like what I've mentioned before, do not memorize. Okay, let me give you an example, right? Let's say if you remember all the positive attributes about your father, and suddenly the question asks about, name the person that you do not like, or the person that you dislike. So, how are you going to fit all these positive attributes into this question? It would be contradictory, right? And you might stumble, and we don't want that to happen, right? So, do not memorize, just mentally recollect these facts, and always be prepared to improvise.
Must be something you can put your mind to.
Like what? Gardening?
Well, no, you can't be as desperate as that.
Okay, now let's go to tip number 2. Before this, I've mentioned for you to mentally recollect a few facts about a few main topics, right? Okay, that is fine. But now, the second tip that I would like to share with you is, no matter what question is being asked, try to tap into a memory that you have about it and expand it and speak about it. Because whenever we speak about something that has already happened, there are numerous things that we could talk about. We could add a lot of details. There are a lot of underlying emotions about how that memory made you feel or how that experience changed you. So that is one important thing that you must do when you are sitting for your speaking test. Alright, let me give you an example. Let's say if the question is asking you to talk about your favorite beverage. Okay, so what are the facts? Let's say if I were to choose about coffee. So the facts for the first few seconds I would be saying that coffee is one of the widely consumed beverages in the world. I like it because it helps me to stay awake, and there are 2 ways of preparing it: roasting it, frying it, and what else? You could also say something like, why do you... Did you notice that? Yes. When we talk about facts, right, we often run out of things to say. That is why you need to tap into a memory. So, let's say if someone asks about me, a memory that I have about coffee, right? I would say about my experience working as a barista in a cafe. I would talk about what kind of neat people I met there, what kind of beverages, coffee beverages that I've prepared. I would say that I learned how to make cappuccino, I learned how to make espresso, latte, and I've learned the differences between these beverages. You could also, try to be more poignant and say that I really miss working in a cafe because coffee brought together a lot of good things into my life. And I've met a lot of people thanks to coffee. And it's just not a favorite beverage. It's also one of the things that actually changed my life. That's okay. That's okay. Just say it, but say it with a sense of enthusiasm so that it's believable. Don't just say it with a sleepy eye so that, otherwise the examiner is going to be like, what are you saying?
It's one of the stupidest stories I've ever heard. Which proves my first impression of you was right.
If you're really confident, right, you might actually be able to twist a little bit in your answer because it might actually sound a little bit more interesting. For example, you could say that although I love drinking coffee, I have reduced the number of cups of coffee that I drink every day because I realize that I'm addicted to coffee. I've restricted myself to only drinking 1 cup per day. However, it is still my favorite beverage. You have to reinstate that. You don't want to seem that you have started to hate the beverage. Otherwise, it would seem pretentious, and we don't want that. Okay? But what if they ask a question that you don't know anything about? Don't do that. Don't do that. What you should do is try to fetch a few things that you know about it and say that it has happened to you. In other words, you can actually lie about your experience.
Lie is so unmusical a word.
Okay, fine, maybe lie is not a good word, but maybe you could patch a few experiences and say that it happened to you, and which is, sounds better than a lie, right? But that's okay, because just remember one thing. The examiner is not looking for great ideas. No, this is not a general knowledge test. This is a speaking test. So just make sure that whatever you speak or whatever you talk about comes out fluently.
Tell me a story. What? Tell me a story. It always worked when I was a little girl. I don't know what a story is. Make one up.
Just don't do one thing. Don't cook up stories that are ridiculous. Don't say that you found out your biological parents are from Pluto, or you found this pretty girl in the train and you started dancing with her on the train. Sorry guys, only Bollywood can get away with that, so it's a big no-no for you. Try to keep the story real, regardless where did you actually get it from, and good luck with this. If you enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe so that you get the latest updates. And as always, I welcome discussions, so please feel free to add comments in the comment section, and I'll be always there to reply for you. So thank you for watching. Please stay tuned, and I wish you guys have a good week ahead. Bye!